Welcome to Module 3 of the training videos. In this video we're going to talk about short trades or sell trades, and we're going to give you some examples of short trades. To begin with, let's just talk about what we're doing. When we make a short trade, we need to take 4 steps. We first determine what the trend is. We need to make sure it is in fact a downtrend. We then look for our sell indicator. In this case we're using the rally points as our entry points. We enter the trade as per our rules, and then we use our exit strategy to exit the trade at the right time. So when we're entering a trade, we take 3 steps. We first determine what the trend is. The price must be trending downwards, and the ADX must be currently above the 25 level. The entry signal, we look for a rally point. The retracement must make it to the EMA 18, and 1 bar must touch the EMA 18 to be a valid entry signal. We then place our order. Our order is placed with a sell order 1 pip below the low of the last candle or bar on the chart, and our stop loss is set to 1 pip above the high point of the rally. So once again, the rules for entering a trade: place your initial stop loss 1 pip above the high point of the rally. When the sell order is triggered, we're in the trade, and you set your take profit to the last swing low. So let's just look at this on some charts. First step, we need to determine that we are in a downtrend, so price movement must be downwards, and the ADX must be above the 25 level. So we've got a downward price movement here, and the ADX is above the 25. We then look for our entry signal. We look for the price to retrace and touch the EMA 18, and the ADX must remain above the 25 level when it does so. So looking on this chart here, our price has moved down. We're in a downtrend. The price has rallied. It has come back up and touched the EMA 18, and at the point where it touched the EMA 18, the ADX is still above 25. So we then place an order for 2 lots. At that point, our sell order is placed 1 pip below the low of the last bar. So in this case, here's the last bar. Our sell order would be placed 1 pip below it, and our stop loss is set to 1 pip above the high point of the rally, and we set our take profit level to the last swing low. So if looking at this chart here, the last swing low was here, so we would set our take profit level to the same low as there. So at this point, our order would be hit over here, and it continues in its downward trend, and we would have made the order there. So once we're in the trade, we stay in the trade until either our stop loss is hit or our take profit level is hit. So looking at the example order we've used here, our order is triggered here. We're then in the trade for 2 lots. We wait until either our stop loss is hit or our take profit is hit, and in this case we hit our take profit at this level here. So it only took a few bars to make that order. Let's go through some trade examples on MetaTrader on the charts, and then once you're done that, move on to video 4, and we'll cover the same rules and strategies for making long trades. Okay, for our first trade example, we're looking at the Euro US dollar chart on a 1-hour time frame, and looking here, we've got our criteria for the downtrend is met. The price movement is downward, and the ADX is currently above the 25 level. With that criteria met, we then look for our entry signal, and if you remember our entry signal, the price must rally and retrace to the point where it touches the EMA 18, and at that point, that's our entry signal. We place our sell order 1 pip below the preceding bar. So it's done that here. We're in our downtrend. Price movement is downward. The price rallies back up. It touches the EMA 18. So on this bar, we make our order point 1 pip below the previous bar. So in this case, our order point is 1.4882. We set our stop loss for 1 pip above the high point of the rally. So our stop loss in this case would be 1.4926. And then we set our take profit to the low point of the last swing low. So looking at this bar here, the last time the currency swung low, the low is 1.4843. So at that point, we have our order set here. On the next bar, our order point is triggered, and then the order continues, the downtrend continues, and we make 40 pips on this order by the 4th bar here. So 40 pips, order is automatically entered here. 40 pips later, our order closes out with 40 pips profit. Looking at another trade example here, this is on the Euro Japanese Yen on the 4-hour chart. And okay, just looking here, we need to determine we're in a downtrend, so the price movement is downward. The ADX 12 is above 25, and that is of course happening. We then need our entry signal, and our entry signal is the price has to retrace and just touch the EMA 18, and in this case it did here. And when it does that, when it touches the EMA 18, the ADX 12 must remain above 25 at least for that first bar. Once we have that happen, we set our order point for 1 pip below the low of the last candle on the chart. In this case, our order point is 132.19, and we set our stop loss 1 pip above the high point of the rally. So our stop for this trade would be set at 133.77. We then set our take profit level to the low of the last swing low, and in this case, that was 131.73. So then on the next bar, our order is triggered. Actually, 2 bars later, our order is triggered, and our take profit level is hit on the very next bar, and we get 40 pips out of the market quite quickly. I wanted to take one look at one last trade example here. I wanted to clarify something. The only criteria, the ADX 12 must be above the 25 with the first bar to touch the EMA 18. Subsequent bars, while it's still in the rally, don't matter as much. So let's take a look at a trade example where that happens. This is the British pound US dollar 1-hour chart. And first of all, we're looking, price movement is downward. ADX is above 25. And now we just need an entry point. So we wait for the rally. And the first bar to touch the EMA 18 is here. At this point, the ADX 12 is still above 25. And then the next 3 bars are still part of the rally. It drops slightly below, but all that matters to us is that this first bar corresponds with a number over 25 on the ADX chart. So when this bar happens, we set our order point 1 pip below the low of the previous bar. So in this case, our order is 1.6413. We set our stop loss to 1 pip above the high point of the rally. So our stop in this case is 1.6476. And then a few bars later, the order is triggered, and our take profit level is set to 1 pip below the low point of the last swing low. So our take profit level is set to 1.6344, and that number is hit just a few hours later right here.